Hey, just a quick video here. I've been getting a lot of questions on exactly how, if the exhaust was going to fit, if it was going to be too tight, and then get a lot of questions on that. So I wanted to take a few minutes and show you the model here. The exhaust plays out pretty nice, actually. I'm trying to keep it pretty low through here, as low as possible, just so it keeps it away from the body. Don't want to overheat the body. And it does pretty well. So then we do a quick jog up and then exit and out. And it all fits really nice. This rear end isn't modeled exactly right yet, but this is kind of a worst case pinion position based on the rear end housing. So it plays out pretty good the way it is right here. It comes down from the headers at a 45, picks up a flex joint here, so that any movement in the motor isn't going to start twisting and popping on the rest of the exhaust system. So that does that pretty well. You can see it snakes out around the gas tank just fine. I've also modeled up pretty much all of the rear end components now, with the exception of the housing, and it works out pretty good. I've got a few different. So this is the height of the rear end when everything is fully compressed. That is almost the shock's bottomed out. And then ride height is about here, which, the bottom 4-link bar is almost level, very close. And then fully extended, so it can't go down any further than this with the shock restriction. So you can see there's plenty of room for the exhaust. Everything else seems to fit well. I did the over-the-top sway bar. I had to build custom arms for it because the ones that came with it were like 5 inches. Then I did this little, what I call saddle bracket up here, and that's where the fuel regulator is going to mount, and the breather for the fuel tank, and the breather for the rear end. This will also bring in the brake line through this area, and that'll then take the flexible line down to the rear end. So this all came out pretty good. Very happy with that. I'll right now this is simulating kind of a maximum tilt on the motor of 5 degrees. I've got to see where this tries to put everything, but it does. I'm pretty much counting on the fact that I'm going to have to rebuild this cross member, because there's just no way that's going to work. I mean, that's way too low. So I will have to work that out. That's not a big deal. If I put the motor all the way down on that, I'd be closer to 10 degrees. So I don't want to do that. So that should take care of the questions. That is how the exhaust snakes out of here. And we will, once the everything else is mounted up and get the motor in there, I can put the whole show up on the lift, and we can start working on the exhaust. So that's basically it. Like I said, I just wanted to do a quick segment on this because I've been getting a lot of questions. I did show the tubes I put through for the gas line and the brake line. But yeah, I think that's gonna take care of the issues quite nicely. So I will carry on with this, and thanks for watching.